Okay, so how's everybody feeling today? I don't know how we're gonna follow those last 3 speeches, my goodness, but it's gonna be awesome. So we're ready to hear from the Level Up Rising Stars. I don't know about you guys, but my first year in real estate, I was super scared. And you may have heard my speech from last Level Up. It was very, very hard for me because in my first 6 months, nobody wanted to work with me as their realtor. What weirdos, right? What were they thinking? Nobody wants to work with me. Nobody wants to talk with me. So for these rising stars to come into a market like this and do what they've done this year, we all have to give them one more hand of applause. All right, so let's allow them to also introduce themselves. Could you please give us your name, how long you've been in the business, and how many units you've sold this year so far? Hello? Yeah, we're good.
Well, I'm Jessie Grace. I am happily married. I'm a mother of 5, grandmother of 11, and a great-grandma. I got into the real estate business in 2021, and I started, and all I did was study, do the classes, listen to all the tapes, do all the training. And one day, Dylan said, okay, you're going to get calls. I'm going to get what? He said, you're going to get calls. You've got to take the calls. And I started taking the calls. And my first year, I had to pull this up. 2022, I did 10 closing, $3 million. This year, I did 5 closing and 4 listings. So my first year, I didn't have any listings. The listings, the total listings is 7.2 million, and I'm on track right now. Right now, I have 1.7.
Wow.
That's what the thing said.
That's awesome. That's awesome, you guys.
I did on. I'm like, okay, cool.
Yeah.
To introduce myself at this point.
Yeah. How many units you've sold so far this year? And then you did how long you've been in the business, so you're good.
Okay. But I do need to share referrals. So I got busy, and I was like, I can't do all of this. And you know what the nice thing is when you get one commission report come up that you knew nothing about. Oh my God.
It's the best thing ever.
I'm like, wait, what? I'm getting paid today. What? This amount. So if I add that up, it would be a total of 8 closing and 7 listings that I referred out.
Wow, and then the 7 listings are equivalent to 7 million, you said, in volume?
No, that's just the 3 listings.
Oh, the 3. Oh my gosh, you guys. We don't see that on the east side, so that's amazing. Let's clap again, please. I'm lucky if I see 500,000. Okay, Sierra.
I'm not gonna go into all like how she did. Okay, so I'm Sierra, and I'm on the east side. I was born and raised in Hilo, Hawaii, and I'm a mother of 3. We're gonna talk about our family tree. And I have 15 sales this year, and
Wow.
I've had my license since 2021.
Wow, awesome.
Hello, everybody. Likeke Sawyer. I'm from the east side, originally from Molokai. I probably know that person that was in the bushes filming the videos. It's probably my cousin. But anyways, I've been in the business about a year. Side note, about a year and a half ago, I was in the crowd here, unlicensed. Didn't even take the test yet. And being at this conference really opened my eyes and showed me that I could do it. So anybody out there unlicensed, go get it. But yeah, in my first year, this year, I've done about 13.5 transactions with 2 more hopefully closing by the end of the year. So
Awesome.
we're about 2 million, just under 2 million in sales.
Wow, that's so awesome. Guys, he came unlicensed, and I know there's a few people here that's gonna take their test or are unlicensed right now. You just being here, you have everything set in motion for your path. You're gonna pass the exam the next time you take it, and then the next level up, you're gonna be licensed, and you're gonna be able to share your story with everyone while we're all talking stories. So the thing that the 3 of them have in common is they don't say no. It's healthy to say no sometimes, but when it comes to getting a commission check, it's not only take the client, it's find them a referral, match them with someone. Say yes, I can help you, but that's maybe not you helping them, that's someone you know that can help them. So let's keep that in mind. Everybody wants to know, you guys, what's the biggest challenge that you faced in real estate this past 2023? Because this market was different for a lot of us. But like Dylan says, we're not going to participate, and that's not what they did. So give us your biggest challenge that you faced.
I'll go first. I guess for me, the biggest challenge was I I came from a corporate job. I was working for T-Mobile as a sales manager for about 10 years. I was on 9 to 5, or even later sometimes. But it was very structured, so I had a lot of, you clock in, you clock out, and you go home. When I decided to step down, my wife, who also owns a business, she's a business owner, her business started taking off. And she's a florist and she does weddings. She had a wedding that she turned down that was almost $80,000 for a wedding to do flowers. And we really sat there, we thought about it, and we were like, we've got to be able to take advantage of this. And the only way we can do that is if I step down from my job and I support her in her business and I try to pick up real estate. So the biggest challenge I think we had in our first year, or I had in my first year, is really supporting her in her business as it is our primary income until I can get up and running in real estate, and still building my business and doing everything I needed to do to succeed in real estate to, I guess, support her as well. And it goes on to today. I mean, I planned to show a house to a customer yesterday, and I got stuck blow drying in Arbor for about 6 hours because it was raining so hard and the paint wouldn't dry. So it's definitely a challenge. Just we're both business owners. We both have a lot going on, and we have 2 children. So making sure that we can still take care of our children and run our businesses successfully and support each other. So it was a lot of challenges, but I guess it turned out all right. So yeah.
That's so awesome. It's so important to support one another and to accept support too, because, her being the main business right now, at some point your business is also gonna, be at that same level too, and you're already headed there. So super, super excited for you. This guy never says no, you guys. I called him on was it a Saturday? And I was at a petting zoo. I don't know what I was doing there. I have no small kids, whatever. I was with Selena. And I was like, oh my gosh, my client wants to see this 1.35. Can you please go? And he's like, oh man, I have the kids and they're feeling sick. I said, don't worry about it. And he called me back like 7 minutes later. I'll just bring the kids with me. I'm going to go. I said, no, it's fine. He's like, no, I'm going, Justice. Send me the MLS. I'm like, okay, here. So he's awesome. Sierra, the biggest challenge you faced this year in real estate?
The biggest challenge I face this year in real estate is I work full time for DOE and I don't have enough time in the day.
Yep.
No, I'm just kidding.
Her day starts at 4, you guys.
Yes.
She wakes up at 4 and she's
starts at
texting us like a
4.
maniac. Go ahead.
Because I have to nurture clients. But my biggest challenge was pouring into clients and, showing them a bunch of houses, and then they ghost you. Like, you don't get a second date. It was like, okay, we did all this and now that. But it's all about perspective, right? Like, there's something to learn from it and move on, and we're not going to stay in that mindset, and we're going to keep going. That was my biggest challenge.
Awesome. I want to ask you one more question. So getting up at 4, just tell us how you do it. What's the secret?
Well, I have an amazing guy who does this thing at 5 a.m.
Whoa.
So
oh my
he
God.
gets us, no.
Well, that's the problem. Woo.
His name is Dylan. He has
Oh my,
5 at 5. And you start your day on a positive note, and we all go around, we talk about what we're grateful for and what we're happy for, and we do a quote. And people are always like, why are you so happy? I'm like, I started my day in this thing. It's just, I don't even know how to explain it. It's done so much for me. And
She's referring to the 5 at 5, you guys. Dylan and her have nothing going on.
Him, he does it. So we all get up together. Jessie's there too. She's there too. A lot of you guys are there, and it just really inspired me and made me unlock my fullest potential.
Oh, that's so awesome. I hope to be there next year. Go ahead, Jessie. Your biggest challenge that you faced in real estate this year?
I don't participate in challenges.
Oh.
I actually consider it all joy. When there's opportunities to learn, that's what I do. It's not all going to be roses and diamonds and sparkly, but consider it joy. Like Dylan and I are co-listing these multi-million-dollar properties, and I'm considering it all joy, Dylan. And you learn from it. You learn from what they're teaching you. I honestly can't tell you that this year it's been a challenge because we don't participate in that. EXP doesn't participate in that. The agency team doesn't participate in that. We just wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning and do our motivation and get on our computers and start working.
Guys, she is amazing. So not only is she a badass realtor, but nonprofit organization. Share with that, and then please share your insurance business as well, and then a little bit of what you do for your 11 grandchildren. So they know that she's taking a challenge that what someone would call a challenge, a huge blessing, and totally turning it around.
So my day actually starts at 3:30 in the morning. My husband loves to have coffee, so I wake up and my Lord and my coffee is a non-negotiable. So you gotta know what your non-negotiables are. My children, my grandchildren, non-negotiable. I can make my yes, yes, and my no, no. I wake up at 3:30, have coffee with my husband, plan our day, make lunch for 7 people in the house. My granddaughter, who's an avid athlete, she eats very healthy. So I have to pre-make their meals, and that's, by the time I'm done, I'm on 5 at 5. And I also started a nonprofit because I work with Kupuna and I also have Keikis, and there is this gap between the two of them. And I've seen where, unfortunately, these Keikis, and good the TV broke, I wish all these electronics would break, but the Keikis need to learn, because I did that, my children did that, was sit at the feet of their Kupuna and listen to them and learn from their experiences. And that you don't see that much anymore. So that's what my nonprofit is called, Lailoa. And my son named it Lailoa because that's a surf spot down at Liloli'i where we raised our 3 kids. Sorry, my first husband passed away, so now I get 5. Scratch that from the video, please. That surf spot is where my ex-husband, who has passed, taught my son to surf, and now my son has taught his grandson. And that's where we got the bridging the gap from Keiki to Kupuna. And then I also do Medicare health insurance. So if you're 65 and over, it's open annual enrollment period now, and I am swamped. It's busy. It's crazy. Like yesterday, my phone couldn't stop ringing. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. Okay, I'm ready. And this started October 15th. They wait till November 30th to call me. And I'm okay, take care of them. So that's if anyone knows insurance business, that's a full-time business. But I love what I do. When you see that pressure taken off of the seniors regarding Medicare and their health insurance, and you can help them save in their finances, just that stress relief makes me happy. And working with Kupuna is so amazing because they're always giving. I'll never go to a Kupuna house and leave empty. Never. So besides real estate, the Kupunas, the Keiki, the nonprofit, I support my 11 grandkids with all of their extra curriculum, take them to their workouts, take them to their practices. At one point, I was a football association president. That was a lot of fun, Pop Warner. That was a lot of fun. But I do this. Yeah. I do this because I can do that. Does that make sense?
Absolutely, that makes a lot of sense. So anyone who says you don't have time, you're lying completely because she does not have time, but she has time. So that is so awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us because when you told me your life and what you do day to day, I was just like, I need to stop complaining. Why didn't I reach these X amount of goals that I had, which I didn't reach, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to reach it next year. So thank you so much for sharing that. My next question is for Sierra. Can you tell us about your lead conversions and your experience? So you mentioned to me one time about like dating your client and then he didn't show up for a second date. Can you share with them how you deal with that and how you go back to dating them again?
Yeah, they'll like totally ghost you, and I just keep sending positive quotes, and I become your best friend, or AKA stalker. And then they all of a sudden send me a property, and they're like, "Oh, I want to put an offer on this." I'm like, "Oh, we're back in business." Like you're seeing all my positive quotes every day. So I basically get into a relationship with them on a deeper level. Like, I don't know, their energy. Like, what is your goals? Because they become my goals. And let's stick to the goal. Let's not ghost each other. Mm-hmm. Like, this is what the bigger picture is. So that's what I do.
So stalking is another form of follow-up. We should all be stalking our clients completely. What are they posting on Instagram? Like, if they post avocado toast, text him, how was your avocado
Yes,
toast this morning?
yes.
And so that you can get back in business
Like
and
you're
work
on
with
social
them.
media, but you're not texting me?
Yeah, there's no other realtor asking him about his toast. So
Yeah, so
be that realtor.
I'm talking about everything. It's not just real estate. I hear everything under the sun, and I want to talk about everything with you because I want to be your go-to just as a friend. I'm always like, okay, you have a friend in Hilo.
And it's not a front, you guys. She's so compassionate. I went through a few rough patches a few weeks ago. The quotes were leadership quotes. They were forgiving quotes. They were scriptures. And so she really matches it. She's not just sending whatever she sees on Pinterest. She's finding out who you are and what she can do to help you. So
Yeah.
I love you, Sierra. Thank you so much. Likeke, the next question is for you. We want to know the biggest lesson you've learned.
Do not fly a drone over Hawaiian acres at 8 a.m.
Don't
You
do
will get yelled at consistently. No, really, but don't do that, yeah. Really, it's momentum, building momentum and keeping the momentum going and staying consistent. Like I mentioned, I came from a corporate job, 9 to 5. You get a paycheck every 2 weeks and you're good. And you don't think about much more. But in real estate, you really have to plan out your income. If you don't know what you're getting on a month-to-month basis, it's hard to plan your life. So just understanding that momentum leads to sales and sales lead to commission, you have to keep the momentum going. And if you don't, you don't have income. And one of the things that I learned pretty quick was, I'm sure you get 1 or 2 deals in escrow or 3 deals in escrow and you're like, okay, now I can take a little bit of a break. I can breathe for about a week or 2, and then 2 deals fall out of escrow and 1 gets an extension and you don't have a paycheck coming for 3 months and you're like, what is going on? So that whole relaxing and taking a breath part, it kind of slows you down. You lose your momentum and then you have to start from zero again to build it up. So one of my biggest things was keep the momentum going. Don't stop just because you have a couple deals in escrow and you feel comfortable or you think you have some money coming. No, you have to keep working at it. You have to keep grinding to get that consistency. And part of that is saying yes. Saying yes to everything. I mean, within reason. But I like the movie Yes Man with Jim Carrey. That's a little extreme, but similar concept is just say yes to every opportunity that comes your way, and that helps to keep that momentum going. And that was my biggest thing that I took.
Thank you. Thank you for sharing that, sharing about income, because it's something that I really haven't heard too much on this stage, and we should touch on a little bit. There's a stat that Tom Ferry shared. You meet someone, and you're not going to get paid from that person until 121 days after you meet them. So don't look at everyone like money, but think of it as, hey, I met you, you're a qualified or want to be qualified buyer or seller. I'm going to get a paycheck from you in a couple months, so don't stop. And I really think it's going to motivate you to pursue that relationship, because especially with Zillow, you have a lot of people who just don't want to get pre-qualified. They're scared, but they want the house. So you have to bridge that gap and motivate them to do that, knowing that it's not until they get qualified till you can see homes and then sell them a home. I like to say if you don't work today, you don't get paid exactly 3 months from today. So if I was off yesterday, don't expect a check 3 months from then, and plan for that. Another good thing to know is when you get a big paycheck. So I work on the east side, and our paychecks are not as big because the sales price is not as big. And my first big paycheck, I was like, I'm gonna go to Louis Vuitton. Don't do that, but do it and learn your own lesson, and then don't do it later. So I had to learn my own lesson. I can't be doing that, and that's just part of owning a business. You learn your lessons and you change your ways. So I won't be doing that anymore. And I have accountability partners. So
She won't be doing that anymore.
and you guys are all, I was just gonna say, you're all my accountability partners. So you see me posting something, tell me, get out of there. Go, leave Ala Moana now and go home. No, I'm just kidding. Treat yourself. But keep in mind that, in this business, we don't know when we're gonna get paid next. And I've had deals, especially this year, fall out like after J3. And they don't even care about their EMD. I'm like, sis, it's gone. You need to buy this house or you're gonna lose your EMD. And they just don't want it, or, things come up. So it can fall out at any time. My next question is for Miss Jessie. I would like to know the number one thing you'd recommend to a brand new agent or someone who's gonna get licensed like this month. What's the first thing you would tell them, or tip or advice?
Get a mentor. Get a mentor and just be a sponge. And don't wait. You're not going to know everything, and that's where I was back by 12 months. Like if I just answered the phone, I would have had sales my first year, but I thought I needed to know everything, and you don't. You don't need to know everything, and if you don't know everything, that's why you have your mentor. That's why you have Kamalani. We can call on to Kamalani when I don't know it. I can call Dylan, Andrew, Kamalani. So get a mentor, get someone, yeah, and ask for help.
Just like Dylan said, we can't read minds. So even your mentor that's helping you, don't think you're a bother. I mean, obviously don't call them at 3 a.m. Text them, hey, call me when you wake up, and do things the right way, but use us, because this team, that's what we're here for. We want to support one another. And don't be scared of the brokers. All of them are so nice and sweet. Call your broker, bother Dylan, and don't think Dylan is upset with you. When he answers, yeah, what's up? He answers his phone to me like that. I'm like, I'm just trying to check on you. What do you need? So, yeah, just get to the point with him, but with everyone else, talk story with them. They want to be there for you. So Sierra, I want to know how you prospect. So her day starts at 4, she gets her thing on with Dylan at 5, and then she gets to work at 7. She loves these jokes, it's fine. She gets to work 7, right? And then
Start at 6.
Oh Jesus.
I start at 6 and I'm on campus from 6 to 2.
At the DOE, is that illegal?
White Pale
Why are you
Intermediate.
there
Shout
that
out to White
early?
Pale
It's still
Intermediate.
dark. Well, she's at the school at 6. She leaves 4
I leave at 2:30.
at 2:30, and then she does her real estate. So give us a little bit about how you prospect. Where do you fit that in and all that?
In the corner, so where it's quiet. That's why I'm answering these calls, and that's why they're so fast. If you listen to any of those in training, I missed a lot of punches because I'm like, okay, the kids are coming in, they're gonna hear them, But really, my day is from 4 a.m. because the East Coast is up, and so is the West Coast, and they've already been halfway through their day, and they're ready to talk, and they're ready to check in. And then as soon as I get off at 2:30, I'm in my car, and I'm going to showings. And then I get home and I continue my contracts
That is
and all
crazy.
that.
And she's not lying. She writes a contract every night. It's ridiculous.
Yeah,
She
it's
posted on
becoming
her story. I'm
nightly.
like, oh, she better not be going for the house we're all going for. It's
We all
always
go
the
for-
same us. We're all
That's
writing
our
the contract for the
struggle.
same
That's
house.
why you don't see the address.
So awesome. Thank you for sharing that with us. Likeke, so you said that you were in T-Mobile sales, also a car salesman. This guy can sell anything. Give him Krispy Kremes, it's gone in a second. How does your sales with those businesses relate to real estate?
It's pretty much the same, to be honest. I was always a strong believer that if you could be a salesperson, you'd always have a job. No matter where you go, what you're doing in life, there's always going to be a position you can have if you know how to sell something. So just having those solid basings to start, stepping into real estate, I think it really helped me. It gave me a leg up, just knowing how to communicate with people, how to stay organized, how to get things done in a timely manner. But yeah, I've been doing sales for half of my life, over 20 years,
Oh my goodness.
all in all. But yeah, it's
It's the same thing. It's like riding a
exactly
bike.
the same, yes.
Yeah?
So if you can sell cell phones, you can sell houses.
So anyone in retail, anyone who even waitressing, I was a waitress for 8 years, anyone that's serving the community and helping someone get from point A to point B, just believe that you have what it takes to be a realtor, because that's really all it is. You're guiding someone, you're helping them, and you're making a sale. So that's really awesome. We have a closing question, and I'd like everybody. For 2024, what are the goals or blessings that you plan to execute, that you plan to have, and how are you going to execute them? So 2024 is a market that none of us really know what's going to happen in. We know we're not going to participate. We know we're not going to slow down. We're going to make more money than ever. We're going to help more families than ever. But what's your specific goal, and how do you plan to execute it?
Real estate related.
Anything. Give it all to us.
So
So much goals.
so many goals, so many goals. Yeah, and the clock is ticking over here.
It's okay.
That's why we have this level up, so we can plan our goals for 2024. My one goal is, my serious goal is getting my eldest grandson into a college. We started when he was a sophomore, and this year he's a senior. He was a starting quarterback for Honoka'a, and after his last game, he runs up to me crying, hugging me, telling me, Grandma, I want to go to college. His senior year. And I'm like, okay, boy, we'll figure this out. So that's a huge goal for me. If my grandkids want to go to private school, they'll go to private school. And that's why I work. Real estate, insurance, is to provide education for these kids. So that's my goal, is to get my eldest grandson. And I have 4 graduating all in a row. I have Elijah, a senior, Kennedy Grace, a junior, Ezekiah is a sophomore, and then our freshman, Maya, is at Kapalama. So 4 in a row. So I'll be busy starting 2024.
That's so awesome, and that's so selfless. And I love that education is so important to you because, you know, a lot of people, they don't take it as serious, or they feel that, like my parents were like, oh, if you want to go to college, pay for it yourself. And I'm happy I did, though, because I was like, I'm paying for this. I'm paying attention. Shut up. Stop talking while the teacher's talking. Like, I was taking it really, really serious. But you've started it for them from such a young age, so they appreciate you and all that you do for them. And so I know they're going to do great in college, and he's going to get into any college he wants to get into. Sierra?
Okay, so I just did a goal setting with one of my lenders who sits down with me and checks in, and he asked me that question, and we mapped out a roadmap of 2024, and I want to be an asset in my community, and by doing so, I want to help inspire and educate people who are on Section 8, and that they can become homeowners, because it goes from county to county, and Hawaii County participates in that, and I want to be able to help change lives and get our community out of poverty mindset and more abundance mindset. So that's my goal.
Oh my God, that is so awesome. I'm so grateful for you to do that. And anything you need from the team, let us know. Oh.
I guess, like they said, there's a lot of different goals. But we just had a little workshop with Dylan and Kevin a couple of days ago about our goals. So $100,000 would be great. That's one of my goals, is to make it there this year. And they kind of helped me break it down and figure out what I have to do to get there. And one of the main takeaways was just having 5 conversations a day, 5 real estate-centered conversations with whoever, however, and just making sure that you get that done every single day. And the other was time blocking. Jamaica was talking about it earlier. It's just prioritizing. Like I said, one of my biggest challenges was helping my wife with her business, and a lot of times that took priority over my real estate. So making sure that I'm prioritizing at least 4 to 5 hours a day where I'm focusing on my job or my real estate, my business, and then using the other time to help support my wife and support my family, and making sure that that lines up and being consistent with my work, I guess. Yeah.
That's an awesome goal, Likeke. My gosh. I'm so grateful that Dylan and Kevin came by. I missed half of it, but the little portion I had, I really had huge takeaways from. And so when they put on these mini masterminds, you guys, stop what you have to do, change the showing and attend, because they're all just to pour into us and to help us with our businesses. One of the things I wanted to touch on from that mastermind that I had taken away from is, when you make your goals, make it higher than you could ever think. I was on stage in the other conference room earlier, and I said I was going to do 100 transactions this year. Guess how much I'm going to do? Not 100. I did the thing that you did. I did not do 100. But I think I'm going to do like 82 or 84. Had I said 50, I would have done 45. Had I said 75, I would have done 69. So I said 100, and it was a really big number to ask. And I'm not going to make it, but I think because I set it so high, I got to beat what I did last year, and that's all that matters. And so next year, maybe I'm going for the 100. I don't know. Dylan says increase the volume sales price, so we'll see how that goes. But thank you guys so much for coming up here today. It was so awesome. We'll see you guys. Give them a hand of applause.